Hello everybody. Good morning. Good morning for me because it's morning for me. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world. Hi, nice to see you. Happy Friday. I was just committing a few things that I did last week on the repo that I'm working on, and I was like, oh my god, I need to be better at committing things while doing them. Usually, when I'm coding by myself, I tend to do commits more frequently. um, Hello, Kasukan. How are you doing? I hope I pronounced that right. I didn't think about it. Hello. Welcome. How's everybody doing? What are the plans for the weekend? How was your week? If you want to share, I would love to, read about it, know what you're doing, know how your week was. I'm hearing some feedback. Wait, give me a second. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, it's because so today is the second stream that I'm doing. I just realized that actually I know who you are. How you doing, Manueli? Ciao. I keep forgetting that your handle is different than your name. But anyways, this is the second live stream that I'm doing both on Twitch and LinkedIn. So hi people from LinkedIn, nice to see you here. And I have to have the LinkedIn post that has the live stream open, and I forgot to mute it. So I was like hearing myself. I was like, what's going on? What is this voice? I'm not supposed to be hearing myself. But anyways, I figure out. So hi, how are the plans? What are your plans for the weekend? What did you do this week? I love to hear about how people are doing. If you want to share something interesting, something that you did this week that you liked or that you disliked, I would love to hear. Well, read it. Yes, read it. I probably should have one of those text-to-speech features that can announce the messages for me, but I hadn't had time to figure that out yet. But anyways, improvement for next stream, I guess, or whatever stream that I managed to actually do that. So yeah, so before this stream actually started, I was just committing some of the things that I did last week to the repo that I have. But today I'm going to continue working on FastAPI. I might do a little stop in the middle of the stream today to publish and review a blog post that I have that I translated into Portuguese. But it depends on how actually setting up the application that I have goes. So if you have any questions about Python, FastAPI, web frameworks, identity, and whatever comes to your mind, please drop them in chat. Say hi in chat. I love to know that you're there and say hi to you. Anyways, I guess I can share my screen, right? It's enough of me just talking. Let's look at some code. And mind you, I changed the setup of my screens on OBS, so if something goes like terribly wrong, that's why. Please bear with me today. Anyways, where were we? Code. Let's do code. I hope the font size is big enough. I'm assuming it is based on my previous experience, but if it is hard to read, please let me know and I will zoom in a little bit on this, on the ID, make the font a little bit bigger. But I'm just going to finish committing the things that I did, just so that I have like a clean setup that I can start working on, and then I will go back to, go back to coding some stuff and running this server. So yeah, just recapping what I did last week. So, I need to remove this. Okay, this is a to-do. I implemented the public endpoint on the web app and the private protected one. Yes, this one. And I'm just going to commit this one and add this information to the... Actually, I'm going to amend the commit that I did. Did I already push this? Yep, I did. I did that. going to do something that I don't like to do, but you know, sometimes it is necessary. I did not say wait. Okay, so I'm going to do a little trick on Git, and that's why I have my terminal so big right now. It's just that I want to commit. I have these routes. Okay, let me start back. So I'm going to do a little trick on Git that I really like, which is I'm going to commit just a little change within my file. And I don't know if a lot of people know this trick, but that's my favorite Git command in my entire life. So normally you would add the file, or you know, add a folder with the changes that you have, or even if you like it, you can do like add dot. I have feelings about that, so I don't do that ever. It's very rare that I do that actually. But in this case, where I have like a tiny change in the middle of my code and then a bigger change in the end of my code, I want to make sure that I just going to add this part. And that is a way to do that in Git, which I kind of love, and it is doing git add. So you can choose which change to add to staging. -b, that's the flag that you need for making that choice. And you can pass along the name of the file that you're going to do. If you don't pass along the name of the file, the Git's going to pick up on all of the changes of your repo, and you can go through all of the changes. But since I have 2 changes in this file, I'm going to just choose that one. Web app and routes, that's the name of my file. And now you can see here, because this is so far away of the change that I already have, that it already showed me like the change here, just like that little piece of change. And now I can do Y for yes, and this is the other change that I have in this file in the end here. That's the endpoint, the new endpoint that I implemented last week. And N for no, because I don't want to add this one to this commit. My last commit was the one already implementing that public endpoint. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to amend that one. I know is a little bit of a nasty business to amend the commit that I already published, but since this repo is I'm the only one working on it, I guess the stakes are not that high, so I can do that. Anyway, so let's get. So if I do git status, you're going to see that my web app route is still here with a change that is not a stage, and that is a change that is a stage. I can do git diff to check the change, and this is a change. So git diff is actually going to show me everything that is on my, not a stage, but is on my repo. And if I do git diff staged, it's going to show the one that is in staging for committing. Now that that's done, I confirm that that's the change that I want in my commit. I'm going to do commit -- amend to update the last commit that I did. And the message is already there, the information for the commit is already there. I'm just going to write it, and this is Vim, for those who don't know. That's usually the text editor that I use for writing my commits if I'm not writing them on the command line. And W fill writes and quits, and that's it. And now I'm going to do git push to orange main, and I know for a fact, since I already pushed all my changes before, it was going to complain to me, so I do a -F to force it, and done. So now I can go back to my usual process of committing the things that I was going to commit anyway. So I'm going to add that change. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to do git add -p again, because I want to make sure that I can see the change that I want to add. This also provides you a way for seeing like problems with your code. So for example, when I do this, I can see if I have like blank spaces or extra blank lines that I don't need, and I can do add this here with a yes, and commit again. Commit. And I'm going to commit through the command line, so I can do -m for the message. And since I have the code that I'm adding to this commit here, I can just scroll up and see what I did, because my memory, the worst. So this is implemented the protected endpoint. Good. So implements instead of, because the message is kind of the same, just the endpoint that changes. Protected endpoint. And done. I'm going to push this. What are the other things that I did here? Oh, I did change this, right? Yes. So going back to what I was doing. So this application is going to be a simple app that I'm going to write a authentication guide in the developer center for Auth0, and I'm going to show what that means in a little bit. So basically, if you go to Auth0, we have a developer center which has a bunch of resources. Actually, I could just show you the main page, right? So this is the developer center. It has a bunch of resources, guides, simple applications, labs for you to, learn new skills and whatnot. And it has a bunch of information here. So for example, we have a banner for developer data obtained, it was past October. Information about, things that you can do with Auth0. And for those who don't know, I work at Auth0. And at Auth0 by Okta, we make a lot of effort to help developers. So Developer Center would be the place where developers would go to understand how to use Auth0, how to use things and protect their user's identity, and so on and so forth. So for example, like this is the newest blog post that we have, like you can activate passkeys for your application. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. I'm going to drop that link in chat, just in case. If I can paste, that would be nice. And I'm going to try to pin it on Twitch. And I'm also going to drop that into the LinkedIn comments. There you go. Wait, I'm having trouble with posting to LinkedIn. Give me a second. Okay, I think you went now. All right, but the part that I like about this center is the resources part. So we have like code samples, we have labs, blog posts, blah blah blah. It's going to take you to like our blog and everything else. The part that I really like and that I really enjoy that I'm working on right now is the guides. And so if you go in here, it has content for almost all stack, like I think every stack that we support, and you can see how to do like logging in, logging out, API protection, and everything else with whatever stack you want. So for example, we have Ask.net, we have Node.js, and a bunch others. But if I search for Python, you're going to see the Flask authentication by example. We are also working on a FastAPI authorization guide, a Django authentication guide, and I'm working on the FastAPI authentication guide, which is why I have that code there. And so if you go in here, you can actually look at like who wrote this one, and you can actually look at like explanation. For example, this Flask guide will help you learn how to secure a Flask web application using a token-based authentication. So that's the same thing that I want to do for the FastAPI one. And I'm going to use this as a base code example for the FastAPI one. So I can come in here. This is the code. It's linked in the end of this guide. So if you want to check it out as well, let me put the code, the link, and I'm looking to this side because my chat's on this side. The link in the chat, so you can check it out. And in the LinkedIn page, there you go. So what I did, I have this code in my machine, but it's like I was changing stuff, so I'm not going to open that in my machine. And I opened it in GitHub so that I can take a look at it and make sure that my endpoints are doing what they're supposed to do, so that I can then write the guide. And so this is going to be the example that I'm going to follow for everything. So I already have like a profile, I have a protected endpoint, I have a public one. They are all under these templates, and the one that I'm going to add now is the admin, which user would only be able to access admin if they have admin privileges. Basically, that means they have to have a permission on their ID token to access this endpoint, and we are going to make a check to make sure that that happens. So let's go over my code again and implement the endpoints. I'm going to take care of the navbars later. Those need a little adjustment. So first, I probably need a template to render. And nope, not this one. This one. And admin. If I could type it, would be nice. Admin HTML. And I'm going to leave it blank for now. Maybe I could do this. Just for the sake of my sanity, I want to render this endpoint if I want to render this template if I access that endpoint once I run my application. By the way, speaking of running application, I probably should do that now. Okay, so this is where I'm going to implement that route and uvicorn load. So this is supposed to be running. Let's double check. If I do localhost, what was the port again? Yeah, 8000 will really work. Yes, it will. Yay. Look how cute this is. Look. So, hello FastAPI world. Simple application to demonstrate how FastAPI works with Auth0, blah blah blah. So this is one of the things that I mentioned. Apparently, I'm logged in. Can I go to profile? Yeah, I'm not logged in. So for example, one of the things that I want to do is remove the login button, remove the logout button if I'm logged in. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Again. So what I want to do is customize the navbar and remove the logout button if the person is not logged in, because it only makes sense to log out after somebody logged in, right? So since I'm not logged in, I shouldn't be here. Anyways, and how do I know this? Is because if I access the profile endpoint, it's taking me to the login page from Auth0, and I do not need that happening. Let's go public endpoint to show this everything, and the protected endpoint should not show anything over directly. Yes, perfect. Now let's do admin, and I'm going to start with admin by copying protected, and I'm going to comment out this part because I don't want it to be protected just yet. I want to make sure that it's happening, things are happening the way it should be. Oh dear. Can I? Yes, thank you. Admin. And request. This. Admin endpoint should only be accessible after login. What is the message that we have on that code? I guess it was something like oh, look at that. This is actually wrong. We need to update this message. Admin should be unprotected. I don't think so. Now I'm confused. Admin should only be accessed if the user has the roles. Oh, wait. I know, I was in the wrong branch. Come on. Let's go to main, I guess. Let's see if it has a... Nope. With API integration. Yeah, so this is protected now. Oof. Thank God. And this should be updated. I'm going to actually write this down so that I can check out this later at work. If I could write down, it would be nice. do checkout, and I want to copy this line from a link. Okay, so what I'm doing, as you can see, like this application in Flask has a bunch of branches. Why? Because the way that we do it, the simple applications here at Auth0, we have a starter branch, which is like the setup of the application with the minimum amount of code possible for the application to function. And the way we walk you through the implementation and using Auth0 is by adding more things to a given application. So that way we can have like guides that complement each other and guides that teach you a little bit of a step on each part. So for example, in the basic authentication, the admin is not protected yet, but if you do the integration with an external API, which is like this, the second branch here, like the third branch here, which is basically with API integration, you should protect it. So you teach each of the steps into one different guide or a different portion of the guide. That way you can pinpoint what are the changes for each part of like a session or a guide or a laboratory or something like that. Let's try, yes, so I wrote this down. I can go back to my code. This side. Admin endpoint should accessible after login if the user. Oh, look at that! I left Copilot enabled. Let's see if user has admin role, but it's not role. Is permissions. Almost. You're good, Copilot. You'll be good. You'll be nice. So I just saved my file. The server restarted. Since this is not protected yet, it doesn't have the dependencies, which is how FastAPI protects endpoints, by the way. We should be able to go to it. Yeah, admin page. It works. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out the template for the admin page in here, which I know is a protected endpoint anyways, and code, web app, templates. Where is it? Admin. And I'm going to copy this over. I guess this is better to read. And VS Code. And I'm going to update that endpoint, that template. And I know that I need to update a few things. So extend space, yes, it uses the code snippet to show information. This page receives an admin message from an external API. Only authenticated users with the read admin messages permission should access this page, correct? So I was thinking the right way. Yay. And now just to make sure that this is showing, this is a admin message. Saving this. Hope it doesn't break anything. Let's go to the browser and refresh this. Yay! Look at that. I don't know why it's breaking the line like this, but we can figure that out later. Pretty. I'm happy about it. Oh, thanks, Glauco. Let me make that a little bit lower. It's probably because I'm very far away from my microphone than my usual setup. Today I'm way too relaxed. Let me know if this is better. I made it a little bit lower. I would love to know if it is better or not. Anyways, thank you. for the message. I appreciate it. Okay, so the admin part works. I'm going to remove that double break line here because I don't like it. Yep, removing this. I think it looks weird. And if I refresh it, yep, look at that. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but while you're developing, if you have the reload flag on your unicorn server, I don't know who is responsible for picking the changes up. If it is the unicorn server, if it is FastAPI, I think it's the unicorn server. But if you change stuff on the HTML, your server is not going to reload. Usually, refreshing the page should be enough. However, sometimes if you change JavaScript or CSS, that might not be the case. So keep that in mind. You might have to stop your server if you're changing the style sheets or your JavaScript or something. So remember that. Okay, we have a page. The page is working. Let's go back to making that page protected, just so that I don't forget to do that later. And removing this part and this part. Okay, save. And now if I refresh this, it should not let me see it. Yes. So the way we are handling not having access to certain endpoints or certain pages in this application is by redirecting people to the login page. We could change that behavior if you wanted to, but right now I think that's enough. Now what I'm going to do is, I believe I don't have the services. Yes, I don't. So I kind of hard coded the message here. What I want to do is use something external to have this message here, so I don't have to actually have that hard coded. Why? This will allow me to make requests to external APIs by changing things in a more organized way, let's say like this. And let's see, what can I do? I'm going to create a new folder. Yes, that's what I want to do. New folder, not in here. I'm going to call it services for now, but I need to look it up on FastAPI what would be the standard for this, or how people are doing it. And I'm going to call it services because in the Flask one, we call it services. But my guess is that's not the best way to do it for FastAPI services. So we have like a little folder. Basically, it's like an auxiliary folder for code that you need. And this service that we are using here has, for example, the message service. What I need to figure out is what is going on with the make request in a second. So we import request, we import config, we make the request. So the access token is none, header is empty. So this does the external API call, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. URL. Yes. Yes. If I change the branch a little bit, basic auth. Yes. Okay, got it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the services as simple as possible, which is basically just transferring the message, like the JSON message that I have into here instead. And since this is mostly Python code, I can just copy everything anyways. Where's my... Too fast. Okay, stop. And I guess I can commit this, right? Yes, I'm going to... We add templates in admin. Creates admin template. And I'm going to add this endpoint now. Okay, no new line. Yes, and yes. Okay. And now git commit -m implements, and not the protected one, the admin endpoint, which is the one that we just did. Awesome. And now services, yes. Oh, wait. What did we call this? Message service? Yes, we did. Hi. Also going to create a dunda init file here so that Python can pick up on this thing. Message services. I'm going to paste. All right. Now I have like basically everything that I need, and I can just call the messages back. And if you're here in the beginning, you probably remember that I had a to-do, which was to use the message services instead of the highly coded dictionary in my routes. So let's see here. Somewhere, return render template. Okay, so messages, yes. So message has a dictionary with like text and public message. So I need to change this into the message services and call the public message method. So that's what I'm going to do. Yes, so message, and remove this one and do messages service public message, and it is complaining that it's not there. So let's see if we can fix it. From services, message services, import message service. And it added the import in here for me. Hopefully nothing will break. Let's see. Well, the server didn't complain, that's a good sign. Let's see if we can go to the page and actually see it. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go to public. It's still there. I guess that's good. We can probably change the message just to make sure that it is there because it is there and not like a fluke of some sort. So let's add exclamation points and then I can change that if I want to later. And here, refresh, there. It works. Yay! Awesome. Oh, hey Kudukus, how you doing? I'm so happy it worked. Okay, let's go back to the code and remove those extra exclamation points that I don't need. Save this, and let's commit these things. Okay, git add services. And commit. I should probably be more careful with the code that I'm doing and how much I put in the commit, but this is like a throwaway repository. I'm just committing things and putting there so that I can have my application as close to ready, because for me it's easier to backtrack the code and remove the things that I don't need than it is and create like a new repo with everything that I need with cute commits and everything else than it is to do the other way around, like implement everything and make sure everything is ready, because my brain's a jumble. So my brain doesn't work that way. I prefer to have everything ready and removing stuff than doing the other way around and building everything the right way. especially because this is a repo that is going to go into the Auth0 organization, and we have to run some checks and everything else. So having everything as close as ready as possible is even better. Okay, let's see. Git commit -m, and the message I want is create services folder with message service. Yeah, that's it. And now I can commit the change for the public part here. So let's do git add -p again, web app routes, and I'm going to import services and use services to display public message in the public endpoint. So git commit, and this one I'm going to do in the editor. Uses message service in the public endpoint, and then I'm going to add more explanation. And I should have deleted this, but I forgot. So before I push, I'm going to amend this commit again. Which is the way you should be amending comments. If it is already public, you should not be amending comments. You should make a new comment. Okay. So uses message service in the public endpoint. Imports message service from the services module, and replace hard-coded message to use message service plus public message method. And that's it. And now I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to add -p again. Oh, no. Web. And yes, and git commit --amend and save. And that you can pretend that nothing happened, you know, with your me forgetting to add stuff to the commit. I love this git add -p and git commit amend. I love those two favorite commits, favorite commands for git. Let's see, git push, and now I'm going to do the same thing for the refactoring of this bar. Message, and this is the protected endpoint, so instead of public message, protected. And I can double check if this is the name. Yes, it is the name, and the other is admin message, so I can also do admin message and save. And I'm okay, I was not going to double check that is there, but I could. Git add -p was a great tip though, thanks. Oh, Glauco, you probably are new here and you probably don't know me. I don't know how you found this channel, but one of the things that I do and I really like to do and that I need to get back to doing is actually gitfichas.com, which is a repository of a bunch of amazing commands in Git. So since you like git add -p, you may be interested in taking a look at some of the fiches that we have there. I'm also assuming, since your name is Glauco, that you're Brazilian. So this is the Portuguese version for the people that speak English only. That is the English version. You just click on the little flag there. And you can see, you can do a lot of things. Yeah, I hope that helps as well. I really do like git -p to choose exactly what chunk of change I want to put in my commits. Is makes my life a little bit easier. One of the things that I want to do for gitfichas in this year is actually to make it a little bit better to see. Even me that did this, I think it's hard to read sometimes. Of course, when I'm doing them, I can read fine. But when I mean here, for example, I think it doesn't look as good. Also, one of the things that I want to do is implement dark mode, and I prefer light mode because it is easier on my eyes, and for me it's better. But I understand that a few people prefer dark mode for sensibilities for their eyes, so I want to implement dark mode. And today you cannot do that because it features an image, and they are not a transparent image, they are like a white background image. So probably one of the things that I could do like very easily is just change the images to a transparent background one, but I haven't done that yet. Because it requires me regenerating every single one of them, and that's a manual labor, and I'm already tired just thinking about it. So one of the things that I want to do is actually make this happen with probably without like images, just like codes, plain simple code. It's going to be a big project, but it's one of the things that I think is going to make me actually learn some JavaScript and improve my CSS skills, which is not that good. I can get by fine, but it's like not my favorite language and way of implementing stuff for websites. But anyways, I digress. Let's go back to the code. So if you like gitfichas, check it out. I guess git add -p was one of the first ones that I did. When was it? Let's take a look. I'm curious now. I probably can find it. Git add file. What is the other one? Git add -p. Yeah, was feature number 8. Or I'm saying feature because in Portuguese is feature, but in English you could call it git start cards, by the way. Just so you can understand. So like study card for Git. So that git -p. And if I go into it, you can see it kind of cute. Oh, I need to fix this. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Let me put that in my notes. Fix link official 8. And why do I say that I need to go back to doing this is it has been a while since I actually did any new ones. So I have a bunch of comments that I kind of drafted, but I haven't like actually drawn. This is hand draw, so I draw this on my iPad. So every feature needs to be hand drawn. Of course I did like fonts for my own handwriting here. So like this is the way that I would write it, which speeds up the process, but it's a lot of work. Anyways, actually going back to the code. Sorry, I digressed. Things happen. I guess we can log in so I can see the protected endpoints, right? And continue. Where's my password manager? Copy from password manager. Put the password in here. Oh, I got the wrong one. Wait. I thought it was in the right profile. I think this is the one. Oh, dear Lord. No? What is my... I don't remember anymore. Okay, let me see if I can find it. See, this is one of the reasons I don't like... what is the name? Passwords. I have too many of them. Oh, I guess now it's going. Internal server error. What did I break? Maybe I clicked 2 times. It could be a me problem. Where is my code? Yep. Mismatch state error, mismatch state errors, state not equal is request and response. Yes, I seen that before. Let's go back. Let's try. Okay, log out. I need to do a better error handling in that case. I haven't done that yet. For usually that happens when I either double click continue, which I do very frequently. I should have fixed that already. Okay, now it works. I guess my camera froze. Oh dear. Let me fix my camera. No camera. Back to camera. I need to probably change my capture card to a new one. Not a new one. I have one that I'm not using. I should probably use that one instead of the one that I'm using now. I'll figure out what is going on, but I haven't. Okay, I need to remove this button from here. I'm going to put that in my to-do. Remove, generate patch. So I'm using the same tenant that I use for PyConUS demo for this application, which is never a good idea. You should have multiple tenants, one for each application that you own, and so on and so forth. But it works for testing and demo purposes. It's fine. Okay, so I should be able to see the protected endpoint now. Yes, good. And I also should be able to see the admin endpoints, even though I don't have admin privileges yet. Okay, we have 10 minutes since the time, until the time I said I'm going to end the stream today. So let's see if I can add this permission to my ID token. Let's see if I remember how to do it. It has been a while. Manage. And oh dear. So manage.auth0.com is the direct link to the Auth0 dashboard, but you could also go to auth0.com and do sign up if you don't have your account yet. Okay, it's fine. Move away or log in here, and you're going to see the same thing. Auth0. And if you want to sign up for Auth0, you can use that short link there in case you want to try it out. Okay, where is my thing? Continue. Yep, and you're not seeing this, but it's asking for my fingerprint on my other screen. So here we use SSO for everything. And basically what happens is I have my Okta account and my access to my dashboard in Auth0 is connected to that Okta account. So let's see if I'm thinking I'm using this one. Let's see if I'm right. I'm not new to Auth0. What are you talking about? Applications. Flask web app demo. Was that the name of the application? Can I close this? Can I log out? Can I log in again? FastAPI. So not that one. I don't even remember. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to change to me for a second, just so that I can double check my configuration file. And I don't want you to see my configuration file as of yet, because it has secrets and, you know, things that you should not be sharing with the people, like my client secret and so on and so forth. Okay, this is my client ID. This is my client secret. This is my door. Okay, figure out. I think I know what went wrong. Let me go back to the code view so that you can see what I'm doing. Actually, I thought I was using my Python US one, but I'm not. I'm using my own test tenant. And what is the easiest way to do that, to know that, is like this. So when you look at the domain of your login page, unless you have like your custom domain, which you can configure with Auth0, by the way, if you look at the domain of your login page and you haven't configured a custom one, you're going to see whatever the name of the tenant first, then the location of the server that your tenant was created, in my case United States, which is the closest one to me, and then auth0.com. I should have known. I didn't pay attention. Now I do. So you can see here I have a bunch of applications. One of them is the FastAPI web app demo. The other is the Flask Auth0 web app demo, and FastAPI web app demo. That's the one that I want because I also didn't customize the name of the application that shows it. So let's see conditions. Yes. Nope. Settings. Okay, now comes the time where I don't remember how to give the access to the thing that I need to give access to, which basically means putting the permissions there. Oh, I should probably look at the code. I don't know why I'm suffering with this. Isn't that here? Secure, retrieve user information, protected API server, access token. This below, I don't need to run that now. And audience, blah blah blah. External API. And session permission denied. Oh, I thought I had that here. I think we haven't put that in yet. Yep. Oh dear. One is working. I thought we had published that already, but we haven't. One is working on adding the part about, I think it's one. It could be buyer. Adding the part about having admin privileges, which we haven't done yet. Let's see if it is on the README of that part. Just in case, I want to double check. Integration. Oh dear. No, go back. It's not in here. Thinking. And I don't remember. I really don't. I think I have to configure the API to actually add that to the ID token, to be honest. I could be wrong. Connections. I could turn this off. I could also turn off the password and username authentication and just log in with Google with everything, so I don't have to type in passwords. I haven't done that yet, but I will. Find secret. Why is it not here? Is it in the APIs? Do I need to have an API? Permissions. Yes, I need to have an API. Let's double check if that's the permission that I need to have. Views, admin. Okay. And services, message service. Why? I think that doesn't matter. I can do whatever. Oh, I remember why I was thinking that we had that already, because you probably need to go into the guide for the authorization one. Guides. And can I just look for the authorizations that we have? Backend API. I thought I saw a Flask one before, didn't I? Oh, FastAPI one here. This is actually getting updated, just so y'all know. So this is one that one's working on, getting a new version of this one. I'm trying to remember what is the name of. I want to do it like the right way. I'm yak shaving. This is not like something I should be worried about, because I could implement the thing for the one that I want, but who cares? It's fine. Okay, so I created the permission within my API. I'm going to give authorization to this one that I already have, so I don't have to set up a new one. And I'm going to authorize that one, and I'm going to give it a read admin access. Yes, continue. Thank you. And now what I need to do is go into the applications. I don't think I need to do anything else here, to be honest. I think I don't. Okay, let's see if I can get an access token that has what is the name? I forgot the name. A permission. Let's see if I know how to do this again, because I really don't remember. Oh dear. So people think that developer advocates know how to do everything out of the top of their heads. I mean, we pretty much do most of the time. But sometimes if you haven't done something in a while, it might take you a little bit of time to figure out what things are. You might remember more or less on where things are, but you know, sometimes it doesn't. Your brain. For example, right now, I never remember, never, ever remember. Ugh. Nope, dear. Where I can find the access tokens. I know this, but I don't remember. I think it was here. I guess this is going to be a work for another time, because already 11:03 at my clock. I don't know what time it is for you, but for me, that's the time. It was here. I just don't remember anymore. Maybe I'm not passing that along. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to make a note to investigate the permissions part. Nonetheless, for the guide, I do not need the part about the admin just yet. So I can just stop there and start working on the guide with the things that I already have. The only thing that is missing, I guess, is some cleanup and make sure that the navigation bar is responsive to whether the person is logged in or not. So I'm going to write that on my notes. Nav bar, fix. See, I knew I should, like, that was already here. So this one, and I'm going to also add that one. I was taking notes in another application that is off screen. Remove generate badge button from the profile page, and that's it. So I already have a few ones for the navigation bar. Most of these changes probably going to happen in between today and next Friday offline. But before I let you go, do whatever you want to do off the live stream. I'm going to do a little bit of shout outs and a little bit of notes. So, first things first, next week I'm going to do, I think, 4 live streams. Every time that I look at my calendar, it has a different number. So, Monday, I want to start a new little project of mine, and I'm going to do this for the end of January to see if I like the idea and if I continue doing those on a regular basis, whatever the basis or regularity that is, which is just try new things for funsies. I already put the times in the calendars on Twitch, so if you're watching on LinkedIn, sorry, you're going to have to check on Twitch. But basically Monday and Wednesdays, I'm going to have like a 1 hour where I try something. So I have a list of things that I want to try, because I haven't used them before, and I think it's going to be critical to know how to use them. So AppRide, Resend, Fly.io, and a few others. So these are the 3 ones that I already have on the top of my mind. So if you have any ideas of other services and tools that you want me to try on a stream, send them in a DM wherever you are. So all of my socials are linked here, which is like Twitter, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Threads, whatever you want to like find me, that's where you need to go to find me. So send me a message and tell me like 1 or 2 platforms that you want me to try. I will add that to my list and I will prioritize that to start next week, later today, and I should be posting that somewhere, or probably on all the social networks as well. The second thing is, next week I'm going to be, participating in a stream that I'm not hosting. So I'm going to be a live with Python on Monday night. So for the ones that speak Portuguese or Brazilians, or maybe just want to go there and see people talking about FastAPI, me and Doodle is going to be live in his channel. Let me see if I can find a link to drop that somewhere. And YouTube. It's on YouTube, so you can keep that in mind. And it's not going to be on my channel, so there is also that. I'm going to be posting when we are live and, sharing in the social network. So make sure to follow me on at least one of them so that you'll get notified when I go live with Do on Monday night. I'm going to drop his YouTube channel link in chat as well. So basically, Do does a lot of live streams on Python, and every Monday he has a new one that is more focused on the community and something. So we are going to be talking about FastAPI and identity in Portuguese. So if you speak Portuguese, or if you want to check it out, both of us speak English. So if you drop questions in English there as well, we can answer. And the other special one is on Friday. So me and Shreya, my girl Shreya, I'm also going to put her Twitch here. We are going to go live Friday. And we are going to, our plan is to go, is do a little bit of a fun experiment where we're trying to figure out who's faster with AI. So shout out to Shreya. Shreya is awesome. We actually met when we did our first live stream together a long time ago. And Shreya is great. So if you like my live streams, you're probably going to like Shreya's as well. You're probably going to like her even better. But we are going to be together Friday afternoon next week, and we're going to try to solve a few puzzles with AI. So if you have any puzzles that you want to be solved, that you want to see solved, or we are going to be in a little bit of a competition to see who can finish a puzzle first. and using AI. Probably GitHub Copilot, but we might use ChatGPT as well. So those are the little notes that I have for you before I let you go. And have a good Friday. Have a great weekend. Please do reach out to me in any of the social networks linked in my socials page. I'd love to hear from you, like ideas for me to try platforms and puzzles if you have any that you want to see me and Shreya try to figure out how to like write them and fix them or solve them with AI on next Friday. So stay tuned for next week. Next week is going to be a great week. See you soon. Bye.